I always love this lecturing that people give Trump on how he should or shouldn't campaign. Oh, he needs to be about policy, not about what a vapid imbecile she is. Oh, we shouldn't get into her identity politics. No, don't get into any of that. Look, the Democrats are a train wreck. That was the somber, sober assessment of veteran Democrat strategist David Axelrod. So don't fall victim to the garbage from the mainstream media. And there's a lot of garbage out there right now. I often wonder what would happen if CBS or NBC or ABC ever treated Trump fairly. I find this, I've been thinking about this all weekend. One of my favorite Sunday morning news shows is CBS Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley. They did a feature yesterday on Nancy Pelosi, and it was like a 10-minute Democrat campaign commercial. All it was ripping into Trump over January 6th and Kamala's race, and there's Nancy Pelosi talking about, it was a puff piece designed to lift up Nancy Pelosi and promote the Democrats. And as I finished watching that piece, I thought, I wonder what it would be like, what would happen if CBS acknowledged that more than half the country supports Donald Trump. They never do that. Look, you want to talk about polling numbers? I mean, every single poll shows Americans are overwhelmingly disgusted with the Biden-Harris track record and overwhelmingly hopeful and optimistic and positive about what Trump and the Republicans can bring to the table. The mainstream media never acknowledges that. They might give the polls, but they never talk about the reality of how many of us are sick of the status quo and the Democrat destruction. They never do it. And I keep wondering, what would it be like if CBS Sunday Morning or Meet the Press or This Week with George Stephanopoulos, what would happen if a legacy media outlet treated Trump and Trump's supporters fairly? They don't even have to bend over backwards. They don't have to blow smoke in our ear. Just be fair. You can't ignore the fact that, look, you might argue with me that more than half the country is supporting Trump. You can't argue it's at least half. Every single poll shows at least half, if not more than half. So ABC, CBS, NBC, the New York Times, the the Washington Post, Wall Street Journal to a lesser extent, they all completely dismiss half the country. And meanwhile, Trump is just swinging from building to building like Spider-Man. I was listening to my pal Mark Davis talk about Trump giving a big interview today to some gamer. And look, what I don't know about that world would fill a book. I have no idea who the gamers are and the streamers and I guess these are, I don't know, video game people that are gazillionaires because a bunch of people watch them online. I don't know who it is. Aiden somebody. He's gonna interview Donald Trump today. He's got millions of followers, and a whole bunch of 20-somethings are gonna hear Donald Trump. Just like they heard him when he went into the National Association of Black Journalists Convention. And a lot of black journalists and their supporters saw a side of Donald Trump that they never saw before. And they walked away saying, you know what, guy makes some sense. You want to get all hung up on the race of Kamala Harris? Oh, well, CNN thought they were going to have a gotcha moment. CNN went into a black barbershop somewhere. You know, that's a big cultural touchstone for the black community. You know, in fact, there's been movies made about the culture of a black barbershop where people get together, people get their hair cut, they sit, they talk, and they gossip, and there's camaraderie, and there's friendship, and there's love. So CNN decided to take their cameras into a black barbershop and talk to a bunch of young black men. It didn't go the way CNN, I'm sure, thought it would go.
Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Well, hold on, first, Ray, hold on, Ray. Is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I'm going to let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh. Is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow. Is Kamala black? Yes or no?
I heard she was. I heard she's half black and half Asian.
When I played that audio on my SiriusXM radio program on Thursday, many callers who self-identified as African-American were quick to tell me that those men were the exception, not the rule. Some described them as low-information voters, no different than you'd find among whites.
Hear how he had to, the anchor at CNN had to try to disparage the people that CNN interviewed? Oh, when I played them on my radio show, my callers pushed back against them. Oh, good for you, Michael Smerconish. By the way, a little history with Michael Smerconish. He's an Obama supporter. I interviewed him once. He hung up on me because we got into it. I thought he was a conservative out of Philly. He's not a conservative. That's why he's on CNN. It's why he was an Obama supporter. And I remember interviewing him. He even wrote a column about it. He was offended that I challenged his support for Barack Obama. That's an Obama supporter, that Michael guy. So then he gets on after they play the clip of all the young black men and basically called them a bunch of idiots. Oh, well, the people that called my radio show on Sirius XM said that they were low information voters. They were dummies. They were morons. Oh, great. That's nice. Nothing like inviting people to give you an honest answer and then you spit all over them. But that's the state of affairs for today's Democrat Party. It is a crap show. I'd like to use another word, but I can't because I want to keep my job. But they are definitely in the middle of a world-class 5-alarm fire. Right now, the stock market is tumbling. Big fears about a recession. A huge concern worldwide about an American recession. Job cuts, high inflation. The economic realities are setting in, and I hate it for people who are suffering, but I love it for our election chances because they can try to blame Trump for the last 4 years of the Biden-Harris agenda. It doesn't fly. That's called gaslighting. That's about as ridiculous and stupid as stupid Nancy Pelosi claiming that Joe Biden ought to be on Mount Rushmore. Oh, yeah, the guy you performed the coup against? Yeah. Again, all you can do is laugh at this. Sharon's in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, Sharon, welcome to the Mike Gallagher Show. Happy Monday. How are you?
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Love your show.
Thank you very much. What, can you believe all that we're going through right now?
Well, it is crazy, but like you, we just need to stay focused on Trump and get out there and keep spreading the word and do our part. But I wanted to comment about Nancy Pelosi and her comment about Joe Biden should be on Mount Rushmore. And her comment to that, it's just out of pure guilt that she's feeling because of her being a part of that coup. To get Joe out.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Sharon, if you'd have called me even a month ago and said, Mike, you'd be talking about Nancy Pelosi going on CBS and claiming that we ought to put Joe Biden up on Mount Rushmore, I'd hang up on you and accuse you of being drunk or something. I mean,
and you should, absolutely.
This is where we are. I would have been too, but this is where we are. That shows, of course, how desperate they are, Sharon. They're in a bad way right now. Good to hear from you, Sharon. Major stock sell-off going on right before the election. The economy's tanking. The stock market's crashing. And make no mistake, I hate it for all of us. You don't want to look at your 401k these days. Thanks, Joe Biden. Thanks, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, who's got the the troops all rallied? We have her policies to thank for the state of affairs. Guess what? We got a chance to get it back. We're going to get the country back. And I'm telling you, don't despair. Like my buddy Sean Hannity loves to say, let not your heart be troubled. We got this. 800-655-MIKE.